Long time no see, guys. Welcome back to another video. I'm going to be breaking down my exact trade today. Pretty nasty trade. The final runner on this was like right under 100%, and the majority of my position, or actually the average, was about a 51% trade. So pretty solid 51% banger. Glad to be back doing this. I haven't made a video for a minute. All right, so let me preface this a little bit. Haven't made a video for a minute. I'm back, right? I haven't stopped doing anything other than making the videos. I've been trading consistently. I've been through ups and downs. I'm finally, I've been testing a lot of things, and I'm finally catching on to something that's working for me. Staying consistent with it, tweaking it, and continuing to learn it over and over and over again. And that's all it takes, brother. So basically, yeah, we're gonna hop into my trade for today. So obviously, as you guys know, the red arrows are my entries and the purple arrows are my exits. Excuse this squeaky chair, but nonetheless, we're gonna hop into this trade. So we had like two things that were key today. I guess three things. So the first one being news, right? There were two sets of news that came out. The second one was being the crazy move that we had yesterday. And you can see, I'll go ahead and look on the 5-minute time frame. You can see on the 5-minute time frame that yesterday we just had an absolutely insane move down, which I caught part of, which is beautiful. I caught a decent bit of it. I caught it down to about, I think it was down to about 450 right here. Oh, wait, it might have been a little bit lower. All right, I might have counted it down a little bit lower, but nonetheless, I missed out on a ton of profit yesterday, unfortunately, but still. You can see this absolutely nasty move we had yesterday all the way down, and we bounced right off my 443 level. I had that drawn from like weeks back, bro, and this is why I keep my levels on here. Because if I go to the hourly time frame, you can see we were trending up through all of this, right? We're trending up. And even though we're trending up, right, it doesn't mean that those levels are necessarily invalidated yet. Like, look at this level of 443, right? We came back into, so we had, a breakthrough. I think it was like a midday retest around this area. But essentially, right, this level from a week or two back, we came down and touched perfectly. And that could have been a key level to play off of. So keeping those low levels is key, but nonetheless, I'm going to show you guys the trade for today. So hop on the 5-minute time frame here, and you guys can see we have the day before. So huge sell off, boom, huge rally all the way back up. So crazy move. If you were able to catch either side of that, freaking awesome. But regardless, you can see. Actually, we'll start with the 5-minute. As you can see, going into the next day, we had a slight trend up, right? I wasn't expecting this thing to really go up. Honestly, I wanted this thing to go down, and that's what it did. My bias was to the downside, but I kept my options open for the upside. So just depending on price action, basically my upside target was if we broke above this level of 444.50 or 454.50 and retested it, then I could look for more upside. But if we were to, like, obviously when market opened, we were above that. If we we're going to break back down below that, I was going to have to look for some downside, like a downside entry there. So as you can see, let me zoom in real quick. Red arrows are my entries, purple arrows are my exits. And actually, I'm gonna go back to the 5-minute time frame. One key thing I want to point out, right, is we took this low from yesterday, so 443, and I literally took it up to the high of where we started rejecting. Or was that the high, or did I take it right here? I took it to right here. Okay, well, this was like the pre-market high at the time. Regardless, actually, I'm gonna edit this and let me see where this actually ended up. Bro, it makes even more sense. All right, well, at the time I had it right here, which was close enough to that high, but let's just go ahead and put it right here for the purpose of the video. Regardless, it's literally like the same area no matter what. So as you can see on the 5-minute time frame, I took that low from yesterday since we had such a huge rally up after that move down. I took that low from yesterday, took it to the high or the pre-market high, whatever, and I have the 50% and the 61.8% retracement marked out. Bro, price literally came back to the 50% perfectly, bounced, broke through, basically touched the 61.8% retracement, bounced right off of it, rallied back up. Like, I cannot make this up. This is mind blowing. Just drawing this stuff out and realizing this is just, bro, it's insane. So you can see that on the 5 minute off rip, right? I'm going to zoom into the 1 minute time frame and show you guys how exactly I took these trades. If I could freaking swipe this thing over. Okay, so we had a slight trend up going into the day. Like I said, I was leaving my options open, but my bias was towards the downside. So you can see we ended up pushing up here, or basically coming down, testing this, and pushing up into market open. So initially, once I saw this push up and us wicking out and we started to curl over, I actually entered a put right here. Just one contract. I wanted to see more downside before I added to it. And obviously, I had my stop above here. But once we started to fold over here, I entered about midway through this candle. We came down, we bounced, and we pushed back up. And I just got stopped out right here, right above the highs. So fortunately that happened, but whatever. Regardless, moving on. Basically, we have a similar formation with every single thing that we do, and I see this on every. I mean, you can look at them almost every time frame, but on the 1 minute, it's very evident. So you can see here, right? We bounce right here. We push up. We have a rejection, or basically just wicks at the previous resistance area. We then break above that level. We come back down and we retest this same exact area. I don't know if you guys can see that because I think my face is over it. I'm going to point that out again. So basically, we come down, we bounce, right? Resistance from previous resistance, break above, retest, right? So we're now finding support where previous resistance was at. We come back up again, right? And then we have this aggressive sell-off. So we had news at 9:45. I waited. After this trade, I waited until that came out, and then I just decided to wait until 10 o'clock news came out as well. Right, we ended up selling off aggressively, and I was so mad. I got so much FOMO when I saw this huge sell-off because I saw that, I entered around here, and I wanted this sell-off initially, and then we got it, right? So I felt like I missed the move, whatever. Regardless, this sell-off set us up for a perfect move for further downside. So we had this huge sell-off right here, which created multiple imbalances, created fair value gap off this candle, fair value gap off of this candle. I guess I'll show you guys this, and I'll just click escape after this. So fair value gap right here, right? Boom. And then we had another fair value gap, this big fair value gap right here, as you guys can see there. And then actually even this tiny one all the way up here, which we didn't end up hitting, but still. Regardless, we had all those imbalances that we created by having this huge push to the downside. Once we had this huge push to the downside, obviously we're going to find support at the moving average. That's pretty much every single day. If that's gonna, if we're gonna have an aggressive move down, we're far away from it, we're gonna find some support there, whether we break through it or not, regardless, right? So we come down into that, and I'm waiting until 10 o'clock news, which is this big green candle right here. Once 10 o'clock news hits, right, we push up, and at that time I had this level, this fib drawn from high to low here. I moved it to this recent low. It's basically the same low, give or take a few pennies, but still I just moved it over to this side. But I had it from here to here to kind of see what that range was. We ended up pushing back up above that, going into this fair value gap. So first of all, running this bottom one, and then going into this fair value gap, right, and rejecting off of this fair value gap to the downside. So let me remove this real quick. Once we had that sell-off from down here, I entered one right here on this white candle or red candle, whatever you want to call it, and I entered one right here on this candle. So I was expecting more downside. I wanted us to go take 453 to the downside. That was my main target. It was like 453, right? And obviously we had way more than that, because if you go back and you look at the 5-minute equilibrium, right, the 50% retracement and the 61.8% retracement, we literally hit both of those. So I could have kept holding this, but I didn't, and that's okay. Nonetheless, basically, price came down into this area. I entered here. I had my stop loss above this wick here, right? And with contracts, it was tough because there was a lot of fluctuation with the price. But we came down. We bounced 453. So at this point, I was kind of worried about my position because I thought since 453 was such a prominent level, this was a level that I had taken a trade off of a couple of days ago, and I absolutely banked off of this because 453 was so strong. So honestly, I was worried that price was going to bounce off this level, 453, come back up, and push up higher. Now, I had this 50 and 61.8% retracement drawn out. Once price came into that, I saw we started rejecting and chopping around in that area. And I also had this 450, 450 level drawn from pre-market, right? So we came up into that area and around this area. So I decided to wait through the chop. We came down once and we respected this bullish fair value gap that I have drawn out here, right? We respected that once. So honestly, at this point, I was getting ready to cut my losses if we were to push back up above 450, 450. Came back up there. We got rejected. We ran this bullish fair value gap, therefore making it an inverse fair value gap. Come down to the downside, bounce at 453 again, come back up into this now inverse fair value gap, and reject on down further. Like it was just beautiful. It was just a fire move regardless. So 51% on this trade overall. Bro, this move was absolutely crazy, but I hope you guys kind of like learn something from this as far as the higher time frames in terms of the 1 hour, the 1 hour we have here, and we can basically just see this huge spike, right, from yesterday, a huge freaking V day, boom, straight down, straight back up, right? And then if you look on the 5 minute, and we draw out this, you could draw that out on the hourly, whatever. But if you look on the 5 minute and you draw out this, you can see that equilibrium of that huge move. Every single time that we have a huge move from top to bottom, I always draw out the fibs because price is going to come back to that area regardless. Like it doesn't even matter. Like it doesn't matter what it is, price is going to come back to that area. Let's take this for example. Let's just do this real quick. For example, we have this previous day, right? And we're literally going to take this fib level and we're going to draw it from the high, right, to the low. Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. Price literally came back up into the 50 and 61.8% retracement. Yes, there's 50 cents in between these two numbers, these two retracements. But regardless, price came back up into the 61.8% and the 50% retracement. And then what did it do? It sold off. It continued in the direction that it was going. You can do this on every single day. Every single time that we have a huge move from top to bottom or bottom to top, it doesn't matter. We can literally draw out the fib levels and they tell us like where it's going to go. Like price will return there regardless. It may take a day, it may take whatever, a couple hours. Price will return to that level. Like on God, bro. Price is going to return to that level. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from this. I've been testing this time and time again. I finally found something works for me. I'll be making more videos like this in the future, but trade breakdowns and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video. I'll be breaking down my next trade and the next one and so on and so forth, and uploading as much as I possibly can, maybe some day in the lives or something on this YouTube channel. Now it's not a crazy like day in the life, but I like to show you guys like what I do outside of trading that allows me to do this, right? Because trading doesn't just come from you can just open a prop firm. You can't just open or not open a prop firm. You can just buy a challenge account or whatever. You can just buy an account for $150 and trade other people's money. But I don't do that. I've never done that ever, right? And I just want to show you guys the side of trading that I have found and the side that I think everyone should find, because I don't think you should be trading if you don't have the mental discipline and the financial discipline to be able to save up your money, to be able to take risks with it and accurately basically learn from your mistakes, put your own money on the line, all that stuff. I don't think that you should be trading with money that isn't yours, especially a lot of it, if it's not yours, I think you should be learning with your own money. And I think if you don't have the discipline to be able to do that, then maybe you should wait a little bit longer. I would not say do a demo account, but maybe just trade with less money regardless. But I'll show you guys more day in the life videos of what I do outside of trading. Maybe it'd be work, maybe you do something, maybe it'd be something I do on the side, whatever it is. I'll make some videos for you guys, go over some numbers and stuff like that. Hopefully you guys can learn from that stuff as well. But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching today's video. And if you have not already, hit that subscribe button down below and like this video for more videos like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video.